Hey friends, happy Monday morning. I thought I'd do a little motivation Monday today just because I have something in my heart from this morning from having a time of prayer and reading a devotional and spending time with God this morning. I just wanted to share something with you, so I hope it speaks to you if it's something that you need today, just a word of encouragement. So basically, we all go through times in our lives where we feel like we're being broken and you feel like you just can't keep on going. It hurts too much. It's just taking too much of you and you feel like that's it. I can't move on anymore. Know that God is carrying you through this. I'd like to share a season in my life early on in my husband and I in our marriage when we started our family and we thought, everything was going to go as planned, and God had some completely different plans that really, really broke me and broke of course, my husband as well. But this was something that I was going through as a woman. So anyways, our first pregnancy was perfect textbook pregnancy, no morning sickness, perfect labor. I thought all my pregnancies were going to be like that. So I said, okay, let's go for baby number 2. And baby number 2 was just a heartbreaking moment for us because at 14 weeks, my water breaks and I miscarried. And that was very, very hard on me emotionally and spiritually. And I was broken. I was so broken. I did not know how to handle that. But I kept on going. You can't do anything but keep on going. I had a baby boy that needed his mom, so we pressed on, and that was really hard. So we tried for baby. We tried again, and I got pregnant with my middle child, Selah. And at 6 months, my body decides it wants to go into labor. So I had her at 6 months into my pregnancy. So she was born very, very early, only 1 pound and 13 ounces, tiny little baby girl. And she fought through that and she made it through, and the Lord just grew her, and she came home 3 months later. And that was also hard for us because we just did not know. Every time the phone rang, we didn't know if it was the hospital. Okay, Mama. My daughter, she's just finished eating. We did not know if the hospital was calling to tell us something that was going to break our hearts. And we did actually have one call one night at 10 o'clock at night that we needed to get there because something had happened. And it was just, the whole drive to the NICU was just hard for me. And I was like just praying to God, all kinds of prayers. And we get there, and what happened was the IV they had put on her little arm, because they're so tiny, had blocked the blood flow to her arm, and her arm had literally turned black. And they were trying to get the blood flowing, and the doctor was speaking to us that she might lose her arm if we can't get the blood to flow. And so we called out to God, and within 6 hours, the blood had gone back into her arm, and it was perfectly pink color. And she from that day on, she just grew and grew, and she did not have to have any surgeries or anything like that. And at 3 months into, from her day of birth, she came home, and it was just the most wonderful day of my life to be able to bring her home and have her in my house and hold her. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful just relief. And so that's that season, we were broken, and God still gives us some grace to keep going through a season that He has us in. So here I have my son, my older boy, and my middle child, my daughter. At that time, she was the baby, and I said, okay, well, I think let's try for baby number 3. She was about 1 year old, and we really, I wanted a big family. That's something that I had wanted, so we tried. And again, we got pregnant. It wasn't hard to get pregnant, but I just could not hold my babies full term. And this baby at 16 weeks, I go into labor. And that was probably the hardest one. They were all just emotional and very hard, and I felt broken. But this one was really hard because I got to hold her and I got to name her. But she was not going to come home. And it was so hard. to even to talk about it today, it's still, I have the scars from that. And I felt so broken. I felt like this was it. This is it. Why is this happening? And went home without a baby. And I had to keep on going. Life goes on. And it was hard. I felt so broken. Nobody knows how broken I was, but God and my husband. I was broken into so many little pieces that I felt there's no way I could get myself back together again. There's no way. It hurts so much. So all I could do was pray. And take it a day at a time. And I still desired another baby. It was burning in my heart. I wanted another baby, but I just could not try again. I just could not. And it was so hard to see other moms getting pregnant. Hold on, mommy. Hold on. It was so hard to see other mommies getting pregnant because I desired that so much. But I was afraid to try again because it was just, there's no way I could have taken another broken heart like that. So, we decided to just put that in the back and move forward and just be blessed with our two babies. We had a boy and a girl, and we were perfectly fine. And it wasn't until I released that desire that burned in my heart, that I released it to God, that I actually felt free. And I felt like, okay, I feel like I can put myself back together again. Like I felt like, okay, I'm broken, but I can still survive, and I can get God can put me back together again now that, I was able to release that desire of having another baby. So 3 years down the road, I start feeling kind of sick. And I'm like, this is the only time I feel like this, because I have some weird symptoms. My ears pop. I feel like I'm gonna get a cold, but I never do. And I said, okay, this is I might be pregnant. So I took a pregnancy test the morning of the day that we decide we're going out on a road trip with some friends, and there's 2 lines, and I'm pregnant. And it was so scary for me. Everything came back. All the memories came back. The broken heart came back. I was terrified. I called my husband. I said, I'm pregnant. And I cried, and we prayed, and we went on the trip. And the whole time there and back, I was just like thinking about it. And I told the Lord, God, I can't go through another broken heart. It will completely break my heart. And so I did what I could do that I was in control of, and I let the rest to God. And I found a doctor that was a high-risk pregnancy doctor, and he did every procedure that needed to be done so that I can carry this baby full term. And God answered my prayer, and 9 months later she's born. And honestly, we think back and we don't know how this happened, because it just doesn't add up. But God is a God of miracles. And this is her. Oh, she's shy now. And so anyways, through this whole season, I was so broken. And it took me so many years to be able to finally be able to speak about it and talk about it. And because it was hard. And it reminds me of the story in the Bible where Jesus feeds the 5,000. And he takes a few loaves of bread and some fish, and he blesses it, and then he breaks it. And with those broken pieces, he feeds 5,000. And even after they all had eaten, there was baskets still left over. So just wanted to let you know that whatever season you're in, know that God just might be breaking you, so that your testimony can one day speak to somebody else and give them the strength to keep on going. Because sometimes God has to break us so that we can have the testimony to build somebody up when they're going through their season. So yes, it hurt me. That season in my life broke me, but I know that I can use that story and that testimony to build somebody up and let them know that they're not alone. They will get through it. And if they just allow God to bless your broken pieces, that He will use you to bless somebody else. So don't get discouraged. Press on through your broken heart. And that's the little girl, that's her. She's in her underwear. So I just wanted to share that with you. I've never really shared this story till like just now. I feel like I'm ready to share it. But I just hope that it speaks to somebody that maybe you're going through a season in your life where it's like, God, I can't be broken anymore. This is it. Know that your broken pieces might just feed a multitude later on in your life. So be blessed. Have a wonderful Monday, and I will see you next time.